Good afternoon. Let's start.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Meghna. Good afternoon, Sana.
Good afternoon.
Did you get any idea from chapter 6, Sana? Food safety and quality. Yeah? Okay. Meghna, I hope it's clear for you.
Yes, ma'am.
Fine. So this is our chapter 6. Okay. So from this chapter, we are going to learn about the foodborne diseases and the importance of safety, food quality and all. Okay. That is the main objective of this chapter. Yeah. So this is the significant part. Sana, can you read the first point?
With fast changing lifestyles and eating habits, more people are eating outside their homes. In commercial settings, food are prepared in bulk handled by other persons, by
Many
many persons.
persons.
Thus, there are more chances of food getting contaminated. Further, food items are prepared many hours in advance and may spoil if not stored appropriately.
So that is the first reason why we give this much of importance for food safety and food quality. Okay, due to the fast changing lifestyles and eating habits. So we can include the sedentary lifestyles here, then junk foods, fast foods, overeating, all these comes under here. The changing lifestyles and eating patterns, okay, or the eating habits. Hmm? We consume less amount of nutrients when we compared with our elders. That is another problem. It's a changing habit. Okay. Then there are many processed and packed foods. So safety of these food is very important. Right. Everything we use is ready to cook items or everything is in packed format. So we need to ensure correct amount of safety with that food. That is another reason why we are using this safety. Then spices. Read the third point, Meghna.
Spices and condiments. Oilseeds were processed at home in former times, and purity of this were not a concern. In today's world, pre-packaged individual spices, condiments, spice powders, and mixes are in demand,
Yeah, which
especially
means
in cities
earlier
and
times we just cultivate the turmeric in our own garden. We just dry it, powder it, then we use, right? So now we are just buying a pack of thing from the market, then we are using it. So we need to ensure proper amount of safety with that food. That's another significance or another reason. Then continue, Meghna.
quality of even raw foodstuff besides processed food is of public health concern and must be addressed.
So we need to address these kind of problems because all these things are leads to certain problems for human health or the public health. So we need to ensure proper amount of safety. Yeah. Next point, Sana. Logistics.
Logistics governing transport of bulk food is complex and there is a long gap between processing and consumption. Thus,
Which
risk
means there is a number of processes that are happening between this harvesting and till the consumption time. A number of processes. So in each process, we need to ensure proper safety and proper quality of that food. Okay, next. So Reina, now we are discussing the significance from the textbook. Okay, Sana.
Thus, risk assessment and safety management during mass production and mass distribution is critical.
Which means it is very important to check that safety. Yeah. Reina, can you read the fifth point? Microbial adaptations. Yeah. Reina, I can't hear you.
Could you hear me, ma'am, now?
Yes, Reina.
Microbial adaptation, antibiotic resistance, altered human
Susceptibility. Just a minute, Reina. So, what do you mean by this susceptibility? Sana, any idea? Susceptibility, human susceptibility. I'll give a clue, Reina. Human susceptibility to diseases, which means susceptible people, someone who is at a risk of being a particular disease, a susceptible person. Yeah? So in this time in 2021, the human susceptibility to these microorganisms, these chemicals, these diseases is changing when we compared with our early time. Human susceptibility is also changing. That's another importance. Why we give this much of importance for food quality as well as nutrients and all. Clear? Yeah. Raina, read. Continue.
And international traveling have all contributed to the increasing incidence of foodborne microbial diseases. Nearly
Which means
half of
just a minute, Raina, every day any new microorganism is emerging, which means any new disease is emerging. Look, corona, it's a new one, right? It's entirely new for us, or COVID-19. Yeah. So every day or every year, there is a number of microorganisms emerging. So we need to ensure or we need to study their characteristics and nature to avoid some complications. Clear? That's another point. Yeah. Read, Reina. Nearly half of
all known foodborne pathogens have been discovered during the past 25 to 30 years. There are
Why?
numerous
What is the reason for that? Look, all non-food-borne pathogens. Pathogen means creating some kind of diseases or some kind of problems, pathogenic organisms. So have been discovered during the past 25 to 30 years. What is the reason for that? Due to due to pollution, due to environmental changes, due to our lifestyle changes and all, right? Carelessness, everything matters. Yeah, Reina. Yeah, read. There are still many foodborne illnesses.
there
Yeah,
are there are still many foodborne diseases of unknown etiology.
theology, which
This
means the
is a
nature.
this is
Yes.
an issue of global public health concern. There are is need to detect, identify, the recognize, and emerging pathogens and establish active surveillance networks nationally and internationally.
Because we need to recognize these emerging pathogens or we need to recognize these kind of diseases or foodborne illnesses to prevent the public health problems. The chapter 3, the public health and nutrition, right? We learned about the importance, nutrients and all. So we need to ensure these kind of safety with foods. For what? For the improvement of human health as well as our to prevent the diseases and all. Yeah, that's another reason. Sana, read. Next point. In case,
India is a signatory to the World Trade Organization non-tariff agreements,
it's just an agreement of WTO, World Trade Organization, for our safety. Yeah.
which has provided greater access to world markets and opportunities to all countries to enter international trade. In this scenario, it has become essential for every country to protect the safety and quality of foods and also ensure that imported foods are of good quality and safe to eat.
Look, that is the main objective of this WTO, World Trade Organization. Just write down that. Because this World Trade Organization that provide opportunity for all the countries to exchange their food products. That is okay, but they should ensure the safety and quality of foods. And they ensure the imported foods are of good quality and safe to eat. That is very important for them because we are exchanging or we are exchanging our food with others, right? So we need to ensure proper amount of food, otherwise it leads to a lot of complications or it will affect our growth, economic growth. Yeah, economic growth of our country is affected. So we need to ensure the proper amount of food safety, otherwise they reject our food, right? If our food carries no safety or there is no safe measurements, there is no nutrients in our food, it easily gets spoiled. They easily reject our food. That is the reason. So we need to ensure this kind of quality. Yeah, Reina, last point for you. Pollution. Are you
Pollution.
smiling, Reina?
I can't see something
What happened?
problem with the eye, I think so.
Read, take your time and read.
Ma'am, can you zoom it?
Yeah, also. Yeah, try.
Pollution in atmosphere and soil and water, including use of pesticides in agriculture, bring the share and contaminate. Also, the
Contaminants.
also use of additives such as preservatives, colorants, flavoring agents, and other substances such as stabilizers make the analysis of food and various components, both nutrients and contaminant, imperative.
Yeah. So, pollution is another reason. Everything is polluted, right? We use pesticides, we use chemicals. Sometimes we use this pesticide to kill some organisms or insects and all. Yeah. That also leads these kind of problems to our health. So we need to avoid all these things. Or use of a particular amount of pesticides is okay. Beyond that is a big problem. So we need to ensure that limit. Clear? Sana, are you smiling? Yeah? She's thinking about something, right? Sana, is it true? No? Yes? Yeah, fine. So next, food safety. Meghna, can you help me?
Food safety. Food safety means assurance that food will not cause any harm to the consumers. The understanding of food safety is improved by defining two other concepts, toxicity and hazard.
Fine, fine, Meghna. So look, Reina and Sana, here we already discussed about food safety, right? It just means the food must be safe from all the harmful things, or food must be safe. Otherwise, it leads to diseases. So we need to ensure proper, safe food to eat. That is food safety. Clear? So under this food safety, we need to understand two more concepts. One is toxicity and other is hazard. One is toxicity, next one is hazard. Both these toxicity and hazard that comes under the food safety part. Clear? Yeah. So first one, that is toxicity. You already discussed this, right? Toxicity. What is toxicity, Meghna? You can read. You can read.
Toxicity is the capacity of a substance to produce harm or injury of any kind under any conditions.
Fine. Yeah. So what is toxicity? It is an ability of a substance or the capacity of a substance to produce a harm. For an example, the trees are toxic. What do you mean by that, Reena? Some trees are toxic. Shana, which means
Some trees are
yeah,
they
some trees are toxic. What do you mean by that?
They produce harm.
Yeah, they produce some kind of harm, or their leaves with some toxics and all. Might be another reason, right? That is toxicity. It just create a harm. The property or the ability of a particular substance to produce a harm, that is called as toxicity. So show one more question. Next one. Sana, it's for you. Hazards. Read.
hazard is a relative probability that harm or injury will result when substance is not used in a prescribed manner and quantity. Hazards can be physical, chemical, and biological, causing harmful or adverse effects on the health of consumers.
So these hazards causing the harmful or adverse effect of the health of consumers. So there can be three types of hazards. One is physical hazards, chemical hazards, and biological hazards. We'll discuss one by one. Okay. So hazard means, so what is the difference between this toxicity and hazards? Yeah, toxicity just means it is a capacity of a particular substance to produce a harm. That is toxicity. Hazard means it is a source of danger. Already it's a source of danger. That is hazard, which means coal mining. It's a hazardous job. It's a hazardous job. What do you mean by that?
It's a
Can
source
cause
of danger.
Too much answers. Yeah. Yeah. Reina, you try.
it may can cause some risk factors.
Hmm?
It can cause some risk factors
It
like
can cause some risk factors, or there is a chance of being some kind of problems, right? That is as such a source of danger. That is the difference. Okay. So in hazards, there are three types of hazard. First one, that is physical hazard. First one, look, a colorful picture, right? First one, that is a physical hazard. So what is physical hazard? Meghna, explain to your friends. Physical hazard.
It's a hazard that is any material or it's not normally found in food and
Is there
it
any
can
physical substance that is normally found in food that comes under the physical hazards? Yeah? Or a foreign substance. It can be contaminated at the time of processing or the time of storage, at the time of harvesting, anytime. Yeah? That is physical hazard. Sana, so read the list of the physical hazards from your food. Look, cigarettes and BD from food.
Hair,
Some industries provide this. Look, fast foods and junk foods with cigarette. Look, wow, nice.
hair, stones, stems and seeds,
Stems
bone,
and seeds of that particular raw material or that particular food. Yeah,
bone, fragments, feathers,
matchstick,
matchstick, jewelry,
jewelry,
nails, nuts and bolts, strings,
things, jute fibers, button, BD, cigarettes. All these are the certain physical hazards that we commonly see in food. Okay, Raina, which you commonly see. Which one? Which one you commonly see from your food? In my case, it's stone, usually.
Nails, nuts, bolts,
Nails. Hair is also sometimes, yeah.
hair, nails, nut bolts.
Everything in your food. Very good. Yeah, good.
And sometimes that
Try to
jewelry.
avoid all these kind of foods, otherwise you will get your stomach upset, okay? Yeah, is it clear, Sana? A simple thing. Any kind of foreign substance that present in food that comes under the physical hazards. Our first hazard. Second one. Just a minute. Next is chemical hazards, okay? After physical comes the chemical hazard. So what do you mean by chemical hazards? Let's discuss first. Yeah. Chemical hazards. When we use these chemicals, is there any need of chemicals while the preparation of foods or during the time of harvesting, during the time of cultivation, anytime? Sana, it's your turn. Try.
manure, fertilizer.
Yeah. Fertilizers, the pesticides we use. Yeah. All these comes under the chemical hazards or sometimes the food additives, preservatives. All these comes under the chemical hazards. Clear? Yeah. So sometimes we intentionally add these kind of things to food. Sometimes it's accidentally happen. Yeah. That is chemical hazards. Look, pesticides, non-permissive food additives, adulterants, cleaning agents or some chemicals, pesticides, fertilizers. Yeah. Read, Reina. Chemical hazards. I'll zoom for you. Yeah. Read. Oh, this is too much. Yeah. Yeah.
Chemical hazards are chemicals or deleterious substance which may be intentionally or unintentionally added to food.
Intentionally and unintentionally. Okay. Added to foods. That is chemical hazards. It can be by an intention or by accident. Okay, chemical hazards. So this category of hazards include pesticides, chemicals, toxic metals, and all. Sometimes the food colors, preservatives, additives, all these comes under the chemical hazards. So the first hazard, that is physical hazards, any kind of foreign substances that is not normally found in your food, that is a physical hazard. Chemical hazard means the chemical substances we use. It can be pesticides, fertilizers, food colors, additives and all. Yeah, clear Sana? Yeah. So let's discuss the common one, that is biological hazards. Okay. As the name says, what is biological hazards? Maybe due to some kind of microorganisms, right? That's it. Some attack of microorganisms or the attack of microorganism that comes under this part, a live microorganism. Yeah, that comes under the biological hazards. So physical hazards, chemical hazards, and biological hazards. Meghna, read biological hazards. That's a
Bio-
simple topic, right?
Biological hazards are organisms or substances produced by organisms that pose a threat to human health. They are a major concern in food processing because they cause most foodborne illness outbreaks. It can occur in any stage of food processing.
Look, under this physical, chemical, and biological, this is very important one. Most of the times, this biological hazards that leads to foodborne diseases or foodborne illnesses. Clear? So this is a serious one, serious hazard, biological hazards. Reina, right? Right? What is biological hazards? Or I'll ask you. I can't hear you, Reina. No, I can't. Fine, no problem.
No,
Yeah, yes. So any doubts regarding the physical, chemical, and biological hazards? No, right?
no.
Yeah, fine. So this is the main reason for foodborne illness or outbreaks, foodborne diseases. So it can be occur any stage of food processing. Both this physical, chemical, and biological, both these three hazards. It can occur any stage of the food processing. So what are the stages of food processing? Sana, can you try or list few stages of food processing? Yeah, harvesting, one step. Another. What happens, Sana? Meghna will help you. Meghna.
Cultivation,
Yeah.
harvesting,
Mhm.
cleaning,
Yeah. Collecting that raw material. Yeah. Storing, preparation. All these are the certain steps. Okay. So these hazards can be occur at any stage of these processing. Clear? Yeah. So we can easily divide this biological hazards into two. One is visible hazards and other is invisible hazards. Look, we are learning about food safety and food quality, right? So under this biological hazards, we can classify this biological hazards into two, visible hazards and invisible hazards. So what do you mean by visible hazards and invisible hazards? It's already in a question. Visible and invisible. It's a turn for Sana. Yeah, it's an easy question. Okay.
Visible hazards means that won't be visible.
Something that can be visible. Yeah? Like cockroach, flies, insects, and all. Hmm? Yeah, that is visible hazard. So, what about invisible hazards?
That
Yeah,
won't be visible.
visible. So, can you give any examples for that, Reina? Yeah, good, Sana. Any examples for invisible hazards? These bacteria, yield, molds, all these comes under the invisible hazards. Clear? That you can't see, right? So this is our first one, visible biological hazards in food. Look, worms are here. Which one you want, Reina? Which insect you want? I hate cockroach. Rena? I think caterpillar is better, right? Or flies. Sana, which one you prefer? Which one you want? I think flies are better, right? But it always spread a number of diseases from Reina's plate to Sana's plate. A good insect to spread disease. Yeah, next one, that is invisible microbiological hazards in food. So under this biological hazards, this is our second one, invisible hazards. Something that can't see with our naked eyes. Molds, protozoa, yeast, bacteria, fungus, all these. At least write few points, Reina. Like bacteria or yeast and all. So from this microbiological hazards or from this biological hazards, a person can get two type of disease or two type of problems. Yeah, one is food poisoning. Another one is, right, Reina, food poisoning, right? Food poisoning. And next one, that is food intoxication. These are the two problems. Food poisoning and food intoxication. Sana, smile. You sit so serious. I'm not serious today. Yeah. So food infection or food poisoning, both are same. Food poisoning or food infection. Another one, that is food intoxication. So these are the two common problems or common type of foodborne illnesses one can get. So Sana, read biological hazards.
Biological hazards are living organisms and include microbiological organisms.
So look, this biological hazards are living organisms. And we can include the microorganisms here like bacteria, yeast and all. Yeah, that is my biological hazards. Read, Sana.
Those microorganisms which are associated with food and cause diseases are termed foodborne pathogens.
So what is called as foodborne pathogens? Those microorganisms which are associated with food and cause diseases are called foodborne pathogens. Clear? Now one more question. Yeah? Yeah, continue reading, Sana.
There are two types of foodborne disease from microbial pathogens, infections and poison.
So what does this pathogens means? A microorganism. Like, no?
That cause diseases.
That cause diseases, that is pathogens. So foodborne pathogens means a microorganism that is present in food and that cause a disease for a human. That is foodborne pathogens or foodborne diseases. Diarrhea, it's a foodborne disease. Yeah. So there are two types of foodborne diseases from this microbiological pathogens. By bacteria, by yeast, by molds and all, there are two types of foodborne diseases. First one, that is infection or food infection. And yeah, both this is same. Food infection, just a minute. This is your textbook, okay? Show you, 1 minute. Yeah, the first one, the two type of, I already told you that there are two types of foodborne illnesses, right? The first one, that is food infection or otherwise called as food poisoning. That is the first one. And the second foodborne disease, that is food intoxication. We'll discuss these two. So food poisoning and food infection. Another one, that is food intoxication. So these are the invisible hazards in food. Bacteria, yeast, protozoa, molds, virus, and invisible microbiological hazards in food. Okay. Next one. Yeah, that's it. So, can anyone summarize these three hazards? Yeah? Anyone? I'll give a few time. Just a minute. Sorry, you just read, then I'll ask. Reina, read. Why are you smiling? No? No reason. So it's due to some other problem. You just read. I'll ask you. Look, Meghna is reading and learning. Yeah, finish. Hands up. Sana, you start. You already know, right? Yeah, try.
Physical hazards
So
are
first explain what is food safety. Food safety.
food safety means the safety of the food. The food
Fine.
should be safe.
Yeah.
So then
So there are two terms that comes under the food safety. One is toxicity and the other is hazards. Yeah. So what is hazards?
hazards that it's a source of
Very good. It's a source of danger. That is hazards. There are three types of hazards: physical, chemical, and biological. Yeah, summarize.
physical physical hazards. Uh, there will be objects that external objects will
Very good.
like food, like hair,
The foreign substances or foreign matters in our food that we not commonly seen in food. That is physical hazards. Good. Hair, nails, stones. All these are the examples. Good. Next one. Chemical.
it's just chemical hazards.
Then Reina will help you. Reina. Yeah. It's your turn. Reina.
Chemical hazards.
Chemical and biological for you.
Chemical hazards which cause a chemically harm for you. Like cause.
Chemical hazards, which means a chemical substance are already there in that food. That is chemical hazards. Chemical hazards in food. So some kind of chemical substances are present in food. That is chemical hazards. Yeah. Can you list few examples? Yeah. Chemicals. Think each stage of production. We use certain chemicals. Very good.
Fertilizers.
Fertilizers. Then
Manures.
yeah. Then anything else? Think about a
Medical
cake.
sprays. Like for leaves.
What about a cake? What all things you add to improve the appearance of a cake?
Baking soda.
Baking soda. Okay.
Cake,
What
right?
color? Right?
Color.
Colors are added, right? That is a chemical. No?
Okay.
Yeah. Next one. Now last has said.
Biological hazard which cause biological means like due to the changes of environment and due to the changes in food which cause
So what is biological hazard?
due to the changes in food which
You are
can cause
getting the
harm to
nose
us.
like this. Huh?
No, which is causing harm to the food biologically.
So what is an example for that?
Mm.
What is the biological hazards? Microorganisms, right? The microorganism present in food or living microorganisms and all. That is a biological hazards. Meghna, add.
It's the live or microorganisms, and there are foodborne pathogens, and they can be divided into two:
Yeah.
visible and invisible. The visible has biological hazards are like fly, worm, caterpillar, cockroaches, etc. And the invisible ones, which we can see, like molds, bacteria, fungi, not fungi,
Fine.
protozoa, enzymes, etc.
Then, Sana, what are the two types of foodborne illnesses that we usually get from this microbiological actions? Microbiology. Yeah?
Food infection,
Food infection.
poisoning.
Food, food poisoning. Then anything else? Food intoxication. That's another thing. Food intoxication. Food poisoning. Food intoxication. Okay, please write. So make read.
Food infection or food poisoning results from
Injection. Means
of ingestion of live pathogenic organisms which multiply in the body and cause disease.
Yeah, that is a food poisoning, which means some kind of microorganisms or pathogenic microorganisms that enter in our body and they start to multiply in our body. Yeah, this process leads to some diseases. That is food poisoning or food infection. The multiplication of microorganisms in our body and it leads to some problems. First one, food infection. The common example for this is salmonella. We will discuss that. First you write, food infection or food poisoning result from ingestion of live pathogenic organisms which multiply in the body and cause disease. And cause disease. Do you heard about this term salmonella? Sana? Anyone? Dana? Any idea? Yeah. Share your
Uh,
points.
We're not like which is getting from animals. We are
Yeah. Yeah.
directly eating, having milk, or having the meat without cooked or.
Yeah. Good, good. It usually means a salmonella, just a minute. Some kind of microorganisms that are already present in a particular animal. For an example, a pig. If we eat that meat without proper cooking, we also get that, right? That is the main thing of the salmonella. Okay? And they multiply in our body. That's the best example for this food poisoning or food intoxication. Another thing that is cross contamination. So what is cross contamination, dear? Sana, any idea? Cross contamination. This is the picture for salmonella. Look, a pink one. Salmonella. This is an example for food infection. So it exists in the intestinal tract of animals, egg and raw milks. We can easily destroy this salmonella by proper heating. Yeah. Otherwise, these salmonella that enter into our body and they start multiplying and it leads to a problem, a foodborne disease. It creates a foodborne disease. Clear? Yeah. Then what about cross contamination? Another way this thing is spread. Now we are discussing how the salmonella spread. spreads. Okay, so first one, that is without proper cooking. That is a one point. Another point, that is cross contamination. So what is this cross contamination? Any idea? It's already in the picture. If we cut infected meat in a cutting table or a cutting board, then we use that same cutting board for cutting some kind of salads. For salad, we don't need cooking, right? So it can be infected. A same board is using. That is cross contamination. Clear? Another way. Next, we have it can be easily spread from the infected person if he is not wash his hands properly after using the washroom and all. It's another thing. Clear? Yeah, it's almost time. I'll discuss rest in the next class. Okay? Any doubts? Kaina, any doubts?
No,
All
ma'am.
right. Sana? Yeah. Okay. Meghna? Hope no. Discuss next class. Bye. Thank you.
Thank you.